Alright gamers, welcome back. In Valheim episode 38, I believe is what we're on. It's been a couple days since I've even played Valheim, let alone done any recording. I think I did some recording like a week ago on Valheim, and then I've just been pretty busy with things in life, so haven't really had time to play. We left off on a pretty good, I guess like a break point last time. We took down Yagluth. I did some building around the base. I showed you guys what we were doing. I think we went and took on a bunch of the mini bosses. We got the tower complete. We got the smoldering tomb complete, the sealed tower, and then we'd already done a let's see where it was. I wonder if it's gonna mark it for me if I've already completed it. Where's the mountain that we did? Is it this one? Yes, okay, it does mark it, which is nice. And then I guess I might as well remark it myself. Howling Cavern. Okay, so all three of the mini-boss dungeons are complete. This episode, I think we're going to be sailing into the Mistlands. I was supposed to take a boat in my own time up through this, like... Actually, I think we said we were going to go down, right? Oh, that's right, I left the boat over by the sealed tower, so we'll take the boat from here. Do we want to go... I could probably sail through that. I can definitely sail through that. Where do I want to... I think I want to bring the boat here, though. This is a decent chunk of Mistlands that I could explore. I could also bring it here, and this is a huge chunk of Mistlands I could explore. And we're already on this continent. I'll tell you what, let's take it here and we'll explore this chunk for... No. I'll take it to the south of this island down here. So I'll pull the boat around and then bring it down this whole little ravine. We'll park the boat in the Black Forest here. We'll go through the Black Forest into the Mistlands. And then if we clear this out and we still need to go to another area, there's one here, there's one here, there's one right there, there's one right there, right? So we have a ton of options. I've restocked our food, our gear is upgraded, we've got arrows, I've got my my wisp light. The queen, let's go through. Made myself a nice little afternoon cup of coffee here because I'm so tired today. There's the tower in the the hideous like ladder system that I've built on it. That was an excess hammer that I made. I'm just gonna chuck it. All right. Let some of my stamina come back. Yeah. Okay, it was a fish. I was like, I thought that might have been a sea serpent for a split second, but I was like, that's a little close to the shore to be a sea serpent. Like, organically, they don't come this close to the shore. You have to harpoon them in. Once they get a little close, they try and just turn around and leave you, but... Alright guys, I'm going to pause the video while we sail, you know, the classics. It's very boring and time-consuming to sail. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes of recording time sailing, so I will resume when we touch down in the Black Forest area down here. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright gamers, we are pulling up to this little pocket of Black Forest here, right next to the plains. It was storming just a second ago and then it cleared out, which is really nice. Thankfully the wind was with me the entire time, and I didn't even need motor until this last little section, but that's okay. You know, we'll just, we'll sail it slow right in. I'll park the boat. I'm not going to make the portal right next to the boat, just because I want to carry the portal with me through the Mistlands. And then as we collect materials, I can set the portal down, you know, jump through, deposit the portal, deposit the materials that we need, come back through the portal, you know, break it down, move it, continue. And ideally, I find someplace safe inside the Mistlands where I can, you know, make a portal or a more permanent portal. But ideally, I want to get the Queen's location and then make a portal near her since all of our portals are kind of near the boss, that is like related to that biome. We're looking for the queen first, and then we'll set up the portal, the permanent portal, I should say. But okay, let's mark our boat, of course. That should be fine there. Ooh, he got clobbered. Come on. Come on. I know you want it. Come on. Ow, I forgot I don't have food. Right, let's go ahead and eat our food. Equip our Wisp Light, which means we have to get rid of our Megan Yord, unfortunately, but 183, we can't hold that much more weight when I don't have my Megan Yord on, but the Mistlands is just a absolute nightmare to navigate, truly. And unfortunately, even with the Wisp Light, it's horrible, man. It truly is horrible. You have a little bit of everything right here. You got Black Forest, Plains, and a mountain biome, and Mistlands. Like, now I could mark this copper, but I have a ton of other copper marked on a map near the base already, so I'm not too stressed about it, honestly. Plus, we're past the copper phase, but it seems like there is a decent bit here. That's another copper node. I'm trying to save Eikthyr for when we actually get into the Mistlands, and I need to do a lot of climbing because the Mistlands is very jagged. There's a lot of steep cliffs. There's a lot of sharp points, a lot of areas that you're going to need to use a lot of stamina to get up areas and get down places safely. A lot of copper here. Hey, here. No, come here. Well, 1-star here. Dude, they're fast. Oh, I thought I hit that shot. I think that one's gone. Alright guys, welcome to the Mistlands. The most nightmare zone in the game, man. You don't feel rested anymore, I'll tell you that. Get that 1-star! Yes! Nice, we get hair meat and scale hide. Get that thing! This is what I mean by the Mistlands is just a nightmare to navigate. You can't really see 2 inches in front of you until you're like, you know, already on the edge of a cliff about to fall to your death. Ugh. Save my stamina here real quick. Here's something that is making me uncomfortable. Well, this is Yggdrasil Shoot. Mage Cap, nice. It's a an Eikthyr food. So 25 health, 25 stamina, 25 Eikthyr, 1 health per tick, 15 minutes. And we learned a new mead from it, Lightfoot. I believe that's like a increased stamina regeneration mead. I could be wrong about that, but I can't see anything in front of me. Now, I have seen, you know, we are playing completely modless. I like to play games, for the most part, how they're meant to be played, like experience it organically. There are some games and some times where I will, you know, download a mod if it's like really just like a pain in the ass. Like certain quality of life mods I'm okay with, but Jotun Puffs, another type of food. But Valheim we're playing completely, you know, unmodded, organic, and I've seen some mods that increase like the distance of your Wisp Light and how much it clears, and it's like quite a bit. That's one that I considered, but again, I just opted out of it. I like to experience it how it's meant to be experienced for the most part. And see, this is what's happening. I'm getting lost. part of the allure of the Mistlands is the mist, obviously, right? It's in the name. The struggle, it's meant to be, you know, annoying and a bit of a pain in the ass. And through that struggle and that annoyance and pain in the acidness, it's memorable in that way, right? I definitely won't say it's my favorite biome, but... Oh. So these are found around the Mistlands. It's ancient armor. This is like armor that was worn by the gods in a previous war. And you can mine this up, and I think it gives you... Oh, I need the next pickaxe. I think it gives you, like, old copper. Now something is around here killing things. We might have our first bug. Oh, yes we do. Seeker. Nice. We got some carapace. And... Sorry, we got seeker meat, and... There's some carapace here. I'm gonna go ahead and set the portal down real quick. I need to make more space. So one thing that I'm probably going to want to do is put up the Diverger Circlet, Beggin' Yord, maybe the Tasty Mead. I need to make as much bag space as I can, as well as I think I'm going to put a temporary chest right next to this portal. And it's going to be a bigger chest. 10 fine wood and 2 iron. Let's put this food up. Jotun puffs, swollen with magic, these golden orbs bubble from the ground where the Jotun fell. Mage caps, the delicate blue mage caps crackle like nerve endings with sorceress vitality. So for the time being, I'll pop these bad boys, I guess, just until I can figure out where to put them. More raw meat. I guess at this point I'm going to get rid of some of this lox meat. I have quite a bit of it. And the wolf meat, I guess, too. I'll save a slot for deer meat, but I guess I'll cook all that up real quick. Put the hide in the tannery shop. Let's get all this cooked real fast. Put the tasty meat up. Lowers health regen but increases stamina regen 10 seconds. It's not very long. These two are going to go upstairs in our bedroom. You released the bound wisp. No, I don't. Damn, this meat takes a little bit to cook, huh? I mean, it is like pretty thick bits of meat, but... Alright, while that cooks, let's go put this up. And we're gonna have a ton of food. I'm gonna pause the video real quick while I finish cooking the rest of this, because I've got quite a bit of it to cook. Actually, you know what? No. I'll cook this later in my own time. I'll keep this in here just to remind myself to cook it, but tons of materials to use and get rid of. I've got too much, honestly. I wish I would have... It's not that this is bad, but I wish I would have designed these shelves around the bigger reinforced chests. I guess I could, like, you know, knock out all of these smaller regular chests and replace them with these, you know, bigger ones or whatever, but... And I might still do that. It might be better for storage to just have one of these bad boys in there. I don't even know if it would fit, but if I could fit one of those in there instead of having the two side by side, I think it's still more storage to have one of these. But I need 10 fine wood, 2 iron, so let's grab that real quick. Oops, 10... Cook the rest of that later. Grab 2 iron. Actually, I don't think I have a workbench over here anymore. Now that I built all the portals, I think I just moved them. But I am in range, which is nice, of my workbench for my tannery, so... That's going to be a temporary chest, just for me to, you know, fill up our bags and then pop back through, empty them out, fill up our bags, pop back through, empty them out, right? At this point, I do need to start thinking about, like... just inventory space. Alright, let's go back through, continue searching around the Mistlands. Something hitting my... Sounds like something's hitting my property. You motherfucker. Alright, Wisp Blight goes back on. I see, so releasing the bound wisp means like you're letting the wisp out. And I think during the day, even if you have it equipped, it doesn't come out, but that's why it said it in our base that we released it, is because it, you know, transitioned into nighttime. We found some soft tissue and some black marble as well as carapace. So we learned black marble, flooring, spires, all that stuff. It's a whole new type of building material. We learned a black marble throne. New material, carapace. Hugin! It's been a long time since I've seen you. What's up? Ah! Although severed from the trunk, Although severed from the trunk, I can see that magic still lingers in the roots of the old ash. Needless to say, no weapon of your design will be able to break the bark. You need something better, fashioned by more capable hands. So, the ancient root is pulsing with energy. These are the roots of the Yggdrasil tree, the tree that is holding and housing all of the different realms in Viking mythology, right? The tree that we've talked about before. You need a special item / processor to tap into these trees. So we'll have to look for that. Now it's a new day. Unfortunately, in the Mistlands, that doesn't really matter, but what's cool is this is a... I can't remember the name of the species right now. I'll see it when we see them, but... Divergers, that's what they're called. Ugosi. Hello, gentlemen. So you're the one who's been causing such a ruckus. Diverger Mage. Now, for the most part, these guys are friendly. But if you attack them, bad news bears, right? Ah, stubborn fools. The Diverger will tolerate strangers and vagrants, but they are quick to anger, so should you upset them, which I'm sure you will manage to do sooner or later. Now these are what we need. Diverger component crates. Inside these hold a item called the Rune Breaker, I believe. And you need a couple of those to wind up making the object that lets you take on the queen. I don't want to say too much about it, but as we get more and more and we see it, of course, well, it'll make sense. But Rune Breaker piece. I'm just going to mark this for now. We'll come back and, obviously I'm going to have to take out this entire Diverger camp. 2 mages and what looks like 4 rogues, maybe 3 rogues, 4 rogues, as well as they have a ward, meaning you can't touch their stuff until you break the ward. Now these guys are pretty damn strong. They hit hard, so we'll come back to this. Again, the Mistlands just kind of like a nightmare to navigate. Let's pop Ike here. Let our orb clear out the area in front of us before we go. Bugs. Couple seekers. Easy, these boys mean business. I hate bugs. Well, these bugs. Okay, fellas. Fuck. Okay, not so bad when we perfect parry them. Yggdrasil shoot are like smaller little pieces of the Yggdrasil root and tree, and I think I can cut these down. I don't know if they contain a different piece of wood. Our wood cutting skill is. They do, okay, yeah. Yggdrasil wood, which allows us to make the black metal pickaxe, wisp torchlights. Mostly the new pickaxe, which is, pretty nice. It's the best pickaxe we can get in the game, I believe. As well as this is already the best axe we can get for wood cutting, I believe. I don't think there's one in the Ashlands, but... Our woodcutting skill has dropped quite a bit because we have died like, 20, 25 times, I think is what we're at right now. I think we're on 25 deaths or so. This stuff is just such a pain to cut down because you're constantly, like I said, just on these like sharp, jagged like mountains. I think I hear a seeker. Oh. Oh shit. Oh god. That is a Gyal. I knew I heard something, but... Ideally, you want to shoot these things in the underbelly. But they drop these little, like, spider mites, and they, you know, deal this nasty, kind of poisonous explosion damage. This bile, it's burning you. I'm burning! Fuck me. Oh, I'm cooked. Run! And now I guess... Oh god, I'm dead. I think I'm dead. Oh shit! There's the babies. Eat some fresh food and hopefully our health can regen here a little bit. Please, sir, please! Okay, maybe I have him in an area where he can just kind of hang out. Nope, he's gonna chase me. Did we shake him? This guy's a damn shooter! There's the ticks. Blood clot. I really need to hit these. Trying to lock in here a little bit. Yes. Hoo, 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 hoo. That's always intense. We got a bile bag. I'll get rid of, I guess, the regular wood. Bile bags, they're used for bile bombs, which are basically what that Gyal was shooting at us, right? This, like, burning, corrosive nastiness. Oh my god. Is that a fucking 2-star? What is that? 1-star? Oh god. I don't really know how to take this thing on correctly. I don't think I can perfect parry it, honestly. I'll try one time, but it's gonna rock my shit if I... Okay, I can block it, which means I can probably perfect parry it. Come on, take a shot. They recover from being perfect parried really quickly. Whew. That was actually really nice. Didn't take a lick of damage there. It's more that Seeker meat and Carapace. I'd like to hold more Jotun Puffs, but I just, you know. I guess I can get rid of the, well no, I need to find wood for the portal. And I need the regular wood for the workbench to make the portal. Shit! I guess the gold can go, but I'm gonna need to get rid of these to hold regular wood, aren't I? Oh no. Oh, let's see, I just saw, Moonin. I don't like these ticks, man. Make me think that there's a, another Gyal around. Moonin? Shadows of the ancient age. The Jotun once ruled the 10th world. Until their time ran out, and they were ousted by some other power. So that is these. Pick their bones and break their domes. Giant bones. Thanks, Hugin. Now, I don't have the pickaxe to get through this stuff. I'm gonna need to make the black metal pickaxe. So I'm just gonna mark this for now. We'll come back to it, but unfortunately I got rid of the regular wood that we were carrying, so I'm not gonna be able to hold that. There's no way I can turn around and go find it too. Like once you drop something in here, it's like unless you mark it, it's just gone, bro. You might as well consider it gone. I need to start marking these Yggdrasil roots. So Yggdrasil roots. I actually got really into like Viking and Norse mythology and just like, you know, studying the topic very lightly, as well as playing a lot of like Norse / Viking inspired games. So I know a good bit about Yggdrasil. I know a good bit about the lore that is like tied in with it. How to say the word. I hear a lot of people see the word and they don't know how to even say it, and it always just irks me. But yeah, it's Yggdrasil. I could be off on the pronunciation a little bit, but I've heard people say it like crazy ways, and I'm like, that is not even close, brother. But they just have a very cool like belief system that everything is on this giant tree, and on the tree, on these different branches, there's these like, you know, different realms. All right, we have enough wood to go home. So let's make a little workbench in here. Make our portal. God save the queen. There we go, opens up. Let's go back through. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Drop everything off real quick. And then of course later I'll just, you know, sort all this stuff out. We got what, 30 minutes left or so to just continue poking around, exploring. We'd be extremely blessed if I could find a Vegvasir for the queen. Yggdrasil roots. I guess I should just say root. Yggdrasil root. Yggdrasil root. Start annotating our map a little bit here. That way we know what all is around us. This is a big chunk. You want to find an area like this where there's multiple roots. Yggdrasil root. Good. Okay, that's not gonna work. Yggdrasil root. I'll just do plus if there's multiple roots around that area. Oops, I got my hammer out still. We'll take the Jotun Puffs and the Mage Caps. I don't really know how much I'm going to mess with magic on this character. I'll probably, you know, at least make 1 or 2 of the magical weapons. I might make them all just for, you know, cosmetic purposes and having them to hang up in our magic shop and stuff like that. But as far as long-term use, like I probably will just use 1 magic weapon. I've got my sights set on 1. And that is, I don't want to spoil it, but once we unlock it, I'll show you guys, of course. But did I mark the other Diverger camp? Yeah, Runebreaker piece, I guess. Diverger camp. Greetings. Oh, yep. There's another one. Nice. That's huge. Diverger camp, and I'll mark room breaker. One thing that you can do is if you get, you know, a lot of seekers on you or something, you can bring them to these camps and these guys will help you. But if you accidentally hit them, all of a sudden everyone will just turn on you. But hello, you've traveled a long way. Now he has one of the staffs, which is really cool. He's got the frost staff. That staff is really sick. The big trade-off with using... Nice, they ran into the spikes. Oh, a hair trophy. One of the trade-offs with using magic is it's very powerful, but you have to use specific foods to get your Aether up so you can actually like use the weapons and cast with them. So then obviously you're juggling 3 resource bars, right? Your health, your stamina, and now a new resource bar, Aether. And that, you know, there's a trade-off. You can't have a lot of all 3. You have to trade. You can have a lot of 2, but you can't have a lot of all 3, right? So you have to either choose, like, do you want to have high health, low Aether, and decent stamina? Do you want to have, you know, low health, high Aether, you know, medium amounts of stamina? And usually, you know, the Aether food, it doesn't have a lot of health to it. So in order to have like a, you know, a solid Aether bar to where you can actually cast, you're gonna have maybe like 100 health. So, you know, if you're wearing some pretty squishy gear, like 1 or 2 hits and you're dead, you know. But you're very powerful. As far as like, you know, you do some solid damage, but I don't know why I just assumed that we would find a Vegversier for the Queen like immediately as soon as we stepped foot in the Mistlands, but of course that's not going to be the case. It's going to be a pain in the ass to find it. She's probably going to be, like, I assumed maybe if she was anywhere, she might be on this continent. This is a big continent for Mistlands, right? But yeah, my general guess was like, okay, if she's going to be anywhere, she's going to be, like, in here. But that might not be the case. Oh, come on, make it nice. All right, we need to scurry in this region. So let's head towards the pings. Easy. Oh. See some kind of lamp. Now the Diverger can have, you know, different types of homes. They can have those camps that we've seen. They have these little huts, like this one here. Who goes there? Harkin, Moonin. Take care, warrior. You've happened upon an outpost of the forlorn Diverger clans, long since separated from their kin in Nidavellir. Trapped here, they still toil, expecting reprieve that will never come. It is a sad fate. Hi there. Now he's got a 6 staff. That's not one you can get, but I believe it's like a fire staff. There's a lot of Diverger here. Wow. Okay. And another piece of the Runebreaker. Diverger camp, and then I'll do Runebreaker piece. They've got some barrels. I'd love to clear out one of these camps and then... Oh, what are they fighting? And then like use it as a temporary base and like put a portal in here and whatnot. So maybe next episode I'll come back here and we'll clear this place out. But there's quite a few Diverger to take on. Oh, nice, they killed a bug. Oh, multiple bugs, nice. And some ticks, I guess. Yggdrasil root. thought that was a 1-star, but just a little bit of a bigger seeker. Let the mist kind of clear things out, and we'll just walk, save our stamina. Or the wisp, clear the mist. I hear it. Could have sworn I heard a bug. Now there are caves and dungeons and stuff like that for the Mistlands that are pretty, you know, reliable at finding a Vegvasir for the Queen, but it's not like they're rare. They're just, I would say they're more uncommon. Like, you gotta get lucky to find them. And then in an area like the Mistlands where you can barely see 2 inches in front of your face, it's like, you know, it can be annoying to try and find one of those caves. Honestly, I don't even remember what they look like. It's been so long, but I've definitely cleared some out with some friends in previous multiplayer runs that we've done. I actually feel very like well suited for these bugs. Oh. Nice. Okay. Wisp, I need you to clear this out a little bit. Come on, buddy. I can't see shit still. What are we doing? Sounds like more bugs. Surely. How about it? Oh, Seeker Soldier. Uh-oh. That is not good. So these are the big boys of the Mistlands, the brutes, if you will. I'm not sure if I can perfect parry these guys, but... okay, I can. Very tanky though, like very heavily reinforced. Okay, they have a ground stomp. They have like a headbutt ram. There's got to be a weak spot on them. I'm not doing effective damage right now. Ooh, world save at the worst moment. Oh god. I don't know what that scream is, but it makes me feel like he's calling for help. Alright, anklet's about to pop. Maybe a little greedy. Nice. Mandible. I'll tell you what, let's pop down a portal here. Do a little drop off. It's kind of the price we pay for carrying around the portal materials is, you know, we've got less bag space. I'm going to have to stop and make the portal more often. Go ahead and go through, drop items off, but there's just so many new items that I want to keep and that I'm going to need that it feels important. I can't just keep, like, you know, filling up my bags going to the boat, filling up my bags going to the boat. We wouldn't get anywhere in here, right? Like, I need to collect like a baseline amount of materials, and then we won't have to worry so much about you know, collecting Jotun puffs and carapace pieces and all that stuff once we get a decent little baseline of them. But for the time being, I need all of that stuff, right? Like, there's new meads to be made, there's new food, there's new armor, you know, sets, there's one really key thing that I want to get, and I don't remember exactly what it requires, but there's a new cape that you can get in the Mistlands, and it's very, very important for just navigating the Mistlands themselves. So I'm not going to spoil it, I'm just going to leave it at that, but yeah, it's very, very good, and I want to get it as soon as possible. Some bugs. Oh, and a Seeker Soldier. Alright, we need to take care of the smaller bugs first. Got rid of one. Damn. Nice, okay. The anklet went off. Oh, I can actually stagger that too. Wow, okay. Dude, 3 staggers back to back, let's go. Surprised we haven't gotten a Seeker Trophy yet, but those are pretty cool. I definitely want to get a Seeker Trophy and a Seeker Soldier Trophy. I feel so bad killing the hares, but I do need both the meat and the scale hide. One really cool thing about the Mistlands is the colors here, man. You get these like really beautiful sunsets and sunrises, and it just bleeds in with the mist, and it causes these reds, these purples, these blues. It's really pretty in the zone, but God, is it a pain in the ass to navigate. Like, this zone is so annoying to navigate, man. I think I'm gonna need more of this Yggdrasil wood, so let's go ahead and continue to chop down some of these shoots. We only have a couple minutes left in this episode, so let's kind of get what we can. And then, of course, next time we'll just continue on. We'll, Nope. We've got about, I'd say, almost a third of this landmass explored. No dungeons, no Vegvasir yet, but we have found 3, I believe, of the Runebreaker pieces already. I will have to come back and, fight a bunch of Diverger, but... Now, Diverger is a word that I don't know if I'm saying correctly in the actual, way that the Norse intend it, but... It might be Verger, it might be, I don't know. But as far as I know, every bit of research that I've done on Yggdrasil, that is the right way to say it. Yggdrasil. This is the shit that I'm talking about right here. It's just annoying. All for barely any of the Yggdrasil wood. Godflesh wood from the great tree. And I can't even hit it. How about that? And I hear a bug. And it sounds big as hell. And it's big as hell. Another Seeker Soldier. Let me get a more even terrain and fight him down here. Alright, I got the Seeker Soldiers figured out, pretty much dialed down to a science. Stamina is a bit of an issue, of course, but... Get that hair! Ah, okay, he's gone. Now, Petrified Bones... Oh, a couple ticks here. Petrified Bones, if I remember correctly, I think if you dig around them, there's something with that, or maybe I'm thinking you just have to dig the bones. Maybe it's underneath the... Oh, shit. I can get out of this, right? Come on. Let my stamina come back a little bit. You're kidding me. Bro, you're kidding me, right? There's no way I fell in here and I can't get out. I don't have the pickaxe that can get me. Maybe I just have to dig a little tunnel. Okay, there we go. Oops. Petrified bones. I said giant bones down here, but we'll do petrified. How are we looking on time? A little bit of time left. Not much, but I try and keep these episodes to about an hour just because you usually need about an hour in Valheim to do anything. Let's be real. I'm gonna try and use the sword here for this one. Now I think blunt damage does a little more than slashing damage to these guys. But overall my sword is just doing more damage in general. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm really not scared to go toe-to-toe with the Seeker soldiers at this point. I feel like we've got them pretty much, like, dialed in and figured out, but even the regular Seekers, they're not that bad. It's just if they're, like, 1 stars or something like that, it gets a little more intimidating, but... especially if they're 2 stars. If they're 2 stars, thankfully we haven't found one of those yet, but... Yggdrasil root, and we'll do ancient armor. Is that what this stuff's called? Yeah. Ancient armor, ancient sword. I probably should have been marking some of those in the past, but I don't think I'll need much of that, honestly. This looks like it might be another Diverger camp. Oh. Actually don't know what this is. Ow, I'm getting my shit rocked here. Now the thing with the bugs is you can get swarmed if you're not careful, so... Ooh. Okay, whew. 3 bugs all at once. It's a little intimidating. Let some of my stamina come back real quick. We'll explore this and then maybe make a portal in here and see what this is. Oh, it's an abandoned Diverger home, okay. Well, that's actually kind of perfect. It's a great place for me to set up shop for now. The Queen. We'll do portal for now. Probably, you know, pop all this up and keep it on the move with us as we play next time. But for now, it's actually a really good base. We know we're safe. We've cleared it out. Nice. Got a decent bit of materials, as well as a new trophy, a hair trophy. That's our first trophy from the Mistlands. I wasn't expecting to get a hair trophy that fast, but these are said to bring luck, but not for their original owner, the hare, obviously. And that's like kind of an homage to like the lucky rabbit foot thing that, you know, people will do. But let's keep 10 wood. Actually, I don't need to keep 10 wood. I have the workbench there. Let me put this wood and these feathers up. I should probably put all that stuff up in that chest, but we'll save that for next time. I'm going to be continuing to go through back and forth with the portal, so Wood can go in there, feathers go in the workshop. Need to hit a quick repair. Stock up on arrows again real quick. I've got so many needle arrows at this point from all the damn death skeetos that we faced in the plains, but and real quick we'll just take a peek at what we need for the black metal pickaxe, which is 3 Yggdrasil wood, 25 black metal, and then I'm going to need more to upgrade. What's our head count on the black metal? 30, 60, 90, 111. Plus, I think I have more to process in here. A lot more to process, yeah. So, between this episode and next episode, I'll go ahead and I'll tell you what, we'll make the pickaxe real quick, and then I'll, get it upgraded. I have to process a lot of that black metal and stuff, but shouldn't be a big deal. I'll just take 3 of this. And then I'm going to need more of that Yggdrasil wood to upgrade it, I'm sure, but it shouldn't be more than 3 to 5 pieces in upgrade, so I should have enough Yggdrasil wood to get it fully upgraded. 25. This is going to, over encumber me, but that's fine. It's just temporary. Nice. We now have the best pickaxe in the game. Now let's see what it takes to upgrade it. 1 piece of wood, 15 black metal, so it's a lot heavier on the black metal than the wood, which is fine. I have a ton of the black metal, but I'll be able to get it to level 3. I need level 7 to get it to level 4, and I actually don't think there's any way in the game to get a blacksmith or a forge to level 7 yet. I think they had plans for it, I think is what I've seen online, but I have every upgrade for our forge that you can get. We've got the so the base forge, that's level 1. The forge bellows takes it to level 2. The anvils takes it to 3. The grinding wheel takes it to 4. The smith's anvil takes it to 5. And then the forge cooler takes it to 6. Actually, no. So it starts out at 0. The forge bellows takes it to 1. Anvils 2. Grinding wheel 3. Smith's anvil 4. Forge cooler 5, and then forge tool rack level 6, right? And that's, we have all of that. We have the smith's anvil, the cooler, the bellows, the anvils, the grinding wheel with the chair to make it look like I'm, grinding and sharpening my weapons. And then we have the tool rack. So we have all of the upgrades for the forge that you can get. So really we're just going to be able to get it to level 3, I think, just the same as our axe. And then, we'll leave it there. But alright guys, we're going to call this one here for now. I want to thank you for hanging out. We'll continue poking through the Mistlands in the next one, so I'll see you there. Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.